Am I the idiot called my mom's fiancé a creep? I, 17 male, have been going through some pretty rough months in my family. There was tension between my mom and dad. They weren't talking to each other, and when they did, it was only to fight. After months of constant fighting, they decided to get divorced. That was 2 years ago. And NGL, when they divorced, the one who suffered the most was my dad. He never put on a sad face when he was with us, but I could hear him cry in his room when he thought we were asleep. For the record, I am the youngest and I have a brother, male 19, and a sister, 20F. After this, the fighting didn't stop, so now they fight for which of us loves them more. If I am honest, my siblings and I are inclined with my dad. He has always taken good care of us, helps us through everything, and he listens to us. Not like my mom. She has never been there. There have always been more important things to attend to or pay attention to rather than us. I never minded since my dad was always there. My mom is a pretty important lawyer in our city. Meanwhile, my dad has a PhD in physics and works as a college professor. After their divorce, we stayed with my dad. We see my mom like 1 day per week and only if she has time. We kinda never see her because she always reschedules. So months ago my mom told us she was going to get married to this dude who we had never seen. His name is Richard but asked us to call him Rick. She said we all should get along. Since then it has been a nightmare. Don't get me wrong, he is cool I guess, but I do find him a bit odd. He always tries to spend his time with me and buys me stuff like clothes, books, etc. He even asks me when I'm available so we can have dinner. I mean, I'm polite towards him, but I just can't connect with him. I feel like it's a forced relationship. And he is not like that with my other siblings. Well, my dad too, he is civil towards him, but there's def tension between them. Last week my brother wanted to try a new recipe. He loves cooking, so he invited my mom and Rick. At first, we were surprised my mom and dad kept civil with each other. We were having a nice conversation. But Rick kept complimenting us, specifically me. That I was an incredible person, very smart, blah blah. My dad agreed, but this dude kept insisting we were so much alike, and that by spending so much time with him he considers me already his son. That def hurt my dad, and I just lost it. I told him to leave me alone. He was being a creep. My dad told me to not call Rick names and my mom did too. She told me that I was being a brat and that I should behave cause Rick will be part of my family and another parental figure to me. I said he wouldn't and that I won't go to her wedding if she marries a creep like him. I stormed off and went to my room. My siblings don't think I am in the wrong here, but my mom insists I was a spoiled brat and I should apologize to Rick. Am I the idiot? No, damn. I only came here to find out if I was in the wrong. I just don't know what to say to you. I added the quotation marks to be sarcastic since I don't think we look so alike as he says. Now you really have me worried and wondering, and he too, so I didn't want to address this with my dad right away, so I consulted in first my sis. She is the most intelligent person I know, so I asked her. She had the same feeling as me, that Rick was getting way too close to me, and in comparison to her, he is stone cold. Now every time Rick wants to spend time with me, they'll be there too. And in Leo, my brother. And just like you guys, she asked me to talk to my dad. I did. I sat with my dad and told him about everything, that I didn't feel comfortable around Rick anymore. I appreciated all the effort, but he was pushing way too hard my boundaries. And like you advised, if mom doesn't understand she can't force a relationship with an actual stranger on me, then I'd rather stop seeing her. My dad understood. He asked me to forgive him for not knowing my feelings toward Rich. He did say that Rick is trying the best he can to get to know each one of us, but he has no say on when we should open up or act like a stalker. He said he'll talk to them, but I told him I'd rather do it since mom may act like I am not being serious or worse. We'll have dinner with them, and Leo and I, next Wednesday, so wish me luck. Now for a few comments before the update. Not the idiot. Follow your instincts. If Rick comes off as creepy to you, then he's being creepy. Comment 2. I'll probably be against everybody, but I'd say everyone sucks here or you're the idiot. Rick might be a little bit weird to you, but based on what you wrote, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. I do think what he said was weird, and I'm sure it's going to be uncomfortable for you and your dad. The thing is, you shouldn't have lashed out like that. You're still young even if you're almost an adult. In a legal sense, sure you are, but in an emotional and mental sense you still have a lot to learn. Now for the update. Hi, so this has been a wild week and I wanted to thank you for your comments and suggestions. They helped me through this. As I said in my last edit, we went to dinner. At first, everything was silent, but then broke the ice by thanking my mom and Rick for spending time with us and that we should discuss important matters. I didn't know about this, but my mom has been awful to Ann and Leo this week. They addressed that if she wants us to be part of her life, then some changes should be made. After they established their points, it was my turn. I started by stating Rick's presence has been bothering me since day one. Even if I should have said something about it, it didn't justify his behavior. I appreciate the effort, but he has crossed my boundaries, and even if I am willing to have a relationship as friends with him, I not offer that option anymore if he continues this way. Also, I'll soon be an adult, so I don't need a parental figure. I already have one. Then pointed out that my mom was allowing this kind of behavior, and it is wrong. If she is not willing to act as a parent and understand my feelings, not only mine but my siblings too, then we'd rather cut our losses. My mom tried to justify her actions. Rick told her to shut up and listen to us. She stormed out of the restaurant, but he stayed. He looked sad and apologized for all this. He didn't mean for this to happen. He asked Anne and Leo if they could give us some space so he and I could talk. Leo grabbed me, but Anne gave him a look, so he let go of me and went to a closed table. Rick apologized again, saying he is not like that and the feeling he might not connect with me took out the best on him. Then told me he is my bio dad. My mom was supposed to tell me today, but she cowardly left. He doesn't expect me to accept him in my life, but if ever want to know him or need anything, he'll always be there. When we came back home, I asked my dad. He hugged me and told me everything he knew about it. The thing is, they don't know. The reason my parents divorced was because my mom cheated on him, and after she broke up with Rick, she was pregnant with me. My dad suspected it but never confirmed it. When they divorced, my mom out of rage told him I wasn't his son. Then Rick contacted him to talk about it. He told me, however, I feel it's okay. I shouldn't feel pressure to act in a certain way. If I want to get tested, he'll help me, and no matter what that paper says, his love for me won't change. I'll always be his son. I'm not sure how to feel, but I asked Rick to give me space so I could think about all of this. Also asked my dad if we could just simply be out of our mom's life. I don't want to be involved with her, and neither my siblings. If I am honest, I don't know if I ever want to get tested or at the least allow Rick to be part of my life. But I feel grateful for the family I have, and all the support and love my dad and siblings have given to me. Edit. I wish I had answers for your questions related to the reason for my existence. As I said, I haven't talked to Rick since that night, and I guess I didn't have the courage to ask. This whole thing has drained me, and I am not sure if I even want to know. Guess that'll only make things worse, the perception I have of my mom, as if it wasn't as bad as it is now, and also in terms of Rick. If she lied to him or not, or why he neglected me for years. For the moment, I don't want to know. I don't think it will add something meaningful to me. So I guess I'd leave it like that for now. One thing I may be doing is getting tested, to have a complete medical record. Comment 1. Not the idiot, and glad you have more info. Sounds like Rick might be okay, just a bit awkward, a bit trying to make up for things. Maybe it would be worth giving him a chance. That's up to you. Really, this sounds like a mess your mom created and sustained. Understand why you want to be away from her. It is possible that Rick has mixed feelings about your mom and that he might want a relationship with you more than with her. Hard to tell. Anyway, it's your choice how to approach all this. Take your time. This will take time. Comment 2. You don't owe your mother or Rick anything. She hasn't been acting like a mother, and Rick, even if he donated a sperm cell, has never been your father. You have a father. Don't try to have a relationship with your mother and Rick unless and until you are ready. You owe them nothing. Now, for the next story. Am I the idiot for telling my friend's girlfriend that I am not her friend? My, female 19, friend Jake, male 20, have been friends since my freshman year of college. When the fall semester started, he told me that he got a girlfriend. I was excited for him and asked who the lucky girl was. He told me her name was Catherine and showed me a picture of her. I instantly recognized her as my middle school bully. A couple of things she did to me was made fun of my physical features such as my hair and skin tone. I'm black. Told me several times and in front of others that I'm too ugly for anyone to like. Spread around the rumor that I was pregnant, resulting in me losing several friends afterward. Jake would sometimes bring Catherine when we were playing games in the basement of the library. She seemed like she has changed for the better since middle school, but I just couldn't bring myself to be around her. We would have small talk here and there, but I just avoided her because I didn't want to interact with her too much. I told Jake that Catherine seemed nice, but I wasn't vibing with her. He was a little sad since he wanted us to be friends, but he understood. Here is where I might be the idiot. I'm on winter break, so I decided to go to the mall. I bumped into Catherine and Jake there. They were with 2 other people. Jake saw me and waved for me to come over. He introduced them as his siblings and told me that they were with Catherine to hang out. Before I could introduce myself, Catherine told them my name and stated that I was the friend she was talking about. I immediately said, "No, we are not friends." Jake's siblings looked at me with a surprised look. She huffed and said that I couldn't possibly still be holding what she did in middle school over her head, that she has changed since that time and she was just a kid. I told her that is exactly the reason why I can't be friends with her. She sneered at me, called me a resentful B-word, and walked away. Jake apologized to me for the scene Catherine just made and he and his siblings went after her. I told my friend what happened, and she told me I should have snapped like that and just pretended to be her friend because I made the whole group feel embarrassed. After she said that, I felt like an idiot because I had already forgiven Catherine for my peace of mind. I just couldn't bring myself to ever be friends with her, as she did a lot to hurt me. Am I the idiot? Now for a few comments before the update. Not the idiot at all. Catherine never apologized for what she did, and TBH, her bullying sounds a lot more like racism than just regular middle school mean girl BS, so the fact she's trying to brush it off is just gross. You're completely in the right for saying you're not friends, and your friend who said you should have just kept the peace should have kept their mouth shut. Make it clear to those around you that what Catherine did wasn't just ignoring you in the halls or not inviting you to her birthday party. Your friends need to know the scope of what she did and how she hurt you. Comment 2. Not the idiot, she is still a bully. She was trying to use you by claiming you were friends to make herself look good because she knows you are friends with her new BF. When you clarified that you aren't actually friends, she verbally attacked you and tried to make you seem like the problem. This is textbook gaslighting/bullying. Now for the update. Hey guys. It's been a while, so I wanted to give you an update. Thank you guys for all of your nice words. You guys made me realize that Catherine hasn't changed and I shouldn't feel bad for setting the record straight. A lot of you told me that I should talk to Jake about what she pulled, and I did. A week after I posted on Reddit, I decided to call him and ask him if we could meet up and talk about the mall incident. He said of course, and we met up later that day. It was honestly a bit nerve-wracking because I just don't like talking about it, but ultimately, Jake does deserve the truth about the person he is dating. When we met up, I told him about all the bullying in the past and the trauma Catherine put me through. I apologized for not sharing this information about her sooner because I valued our friendship and I didn't want to get in the way because I thought she had changed for the better. Jake thanked me for my apology and told me that he appreciates that I was trying to look out for him. He then apologized for putting me in that kind of situation and told me I didn't have to worry about Catherine anymore. I asked what he meant. Jake told me that shortly after they got back from the mall, they got into a huge argument. Apparently Jake tried to inquire more about what happened between us in middle school and she refused to say anything. I'm guessing that she didn't want to make herself look bad. Jake said that he had this gut feeling that she must have done something to hurt me in the past, so he decided to ultimately break up with her. She broke into tears and asked why, and he told her that he couldn't be with someone who lies about things like friendship. He also finds her reaction to my honesty to be disrespectful, and if she was going to act like that if someone exposes her lies, he wasn't going to be the one to put up with it. Jake took her home and he told me she was going from being passive-aggressive and whiny to ugly sobbing. It was a mess. As soon as Jake got home, he blocked her and hasn't heard or seen her since, which is good. After we finished talking about Catherine, we decided to get some ice cream and talk about games instead. As for her, I haven't seen Catherine on campus since. Have no idea what happened to her, but I kinda hope it stays like that. I truly hope she does become better, it just won't be at my expense. Comment 1. That's a great friend you have on your hands. A lot of people would throw their friends away for their partner, no matter what they did. I'm glad he stood up for you, and he wins too cause he got rid of someone who tries to bury their past through lies instead of atoning for it. Comment 2. Go Jake for being a great friend, and good on you for being upfront about what happened to him. Glad everything worked out for you, OP. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.